Are we back? I'm sorry, just taking care of some correspondence
Thank
here.
you. Checking in with.
I haven't been on After the Drill in a while, and people have not spoken. There's been really no.
There's not been a lot of clamoring.
No uproar.
Makes
Oh my
me-
God, where's Jeff on After the Drill? It's been more like, hey man, it's a good thing Jeff hasn't been on After.
I
the
feel like
Drill.
After the Drill might be in like Entertainment Weekly's like Death Watch next season.
You think so?
Yeah, the ratings are shaky.
Is that
Shaky.
the
That's
new
the
one?
new one. That's the skirt steak.
Looks kind of like the petite when he
They
was a baby.
are twinish.
Right? Yeah, that's what.
yeah,
It
they're
almost
very-
could be him when he was a baby.
Yeah, I did a side by side of them, and it's
A lot of brothers and
astonishing.
sisters are like that.
Yeah.
Of course, I actually have literal twins, and they
Yes.
also look a lot.
They also
alike.
look very
strange
similar.
how that is.
Fun show today.
Yeah, it
A lot
was.
to talk about with the ever spinning wheel of drama in the NBA. This time, all eyes on Houston. And
Dan
Boston.
quoted a very interesting correspondent today.
Yes,
I'm not going to repeat that, but
you can find him on Twitter under Sports Talk Barry. He's not known for for legitimate reporting, but still got a shout out from Dan today. Much to his
yeah,
chagrin.
it was.
He was a little embarrassed.
You got to go on the
Aftermath.
podcast and fast forward to 9:30, and then I don't want to make Kicken feel dumber than he was for reading that name, but it was one of those, like
Everyone gets got on
like
Twitter.
Sam Hunt's brother Mike,
Mike,
that kind of thing. Yeah,
You
the
get
internet's
got.
undefeated.
You get got
Lawrence
myself.
asked, "Hey Jeff, what made you get out of TV?" Long hours, crappy pay, working most holidays, and Dan. Yeah.
Other than that, though, it was great.
No, to be honest with you, I loved it. I'm not complaining about any of those things, but as I got out of TV when my kids were getting to be around 10. It was just the working nights and weekends and not being able to coach baseball and do things. It just so I stepped out and chose a path with a little more flexibility.
There you go.
There you go.
There it is.
For Q&A, maybe we should have like open line Wednesdays here on After the Drill. We should try to
Peel back the curtain here.
Sure. I mean, anything else?
Team drill. Any of
What's
our
your favorite
deepest, darkest
position?
secrets? Oh dear.
Shortstop.
Shortstop.
Thank
you.
Of course.
Yes. That's also me too.
Yeah.
Former Gator Al Horford got a lot of talk today. Opted out of a $30 million deal to become a free agent. It's the money in the NBA is cartoonish.
Well, look, you have to understand that they approach like the revenue of the NFL with a roster that's 1/10 the size, 1/7 the size.
That's amazing.
So it's just
amazing.
that much more money to spread around. So every NBA player is rich. I mean, every single NBA player is rich. And
It's phenomenal.
the amazing thing is Al Horford is declined making $30 million from the Celtics next year because he's positive he's got a 4-year, $100 million deal looming out there. Now, keep in mind, this guy averaged 13 points, 6 assists, and he's 33 years old.
Yeah.
I pity the fool that's paying Al Horford $26 million at the age of 37.
Right. You might get a good year out of him, but you're not getting 4 good years.
I wouldn't think.
You
We got into the topic of just like team culture and bad culture, and there was a guy on the Athletic named Ross Tucker. He played in the NFL. We kind of pushed that notion out there today. This isn't hot take guy.
Right.
This is like and he likes Marone and Coughlin. This is almost a column of concern. And look, there's nothing new there, so we don't need to go back through the Fournette and Ramsey and Smith and Ngakoue and all these different elements that have popped up through the last couple of years. But it's just the fact that it's now a national story.
Yeah, the fact that it's been prevalent long enough that it's caught the attention of guys that probably normally these individual incidents wouldn't necessarily gain their attention, but now that it seems to have established a pattern over the course of the last year. That it's gotten their attention. Certainly, if you're a Jaguar fan, it has to be concerning. Going into a year where you hope to have a big bounce back, you still have some guys that you wonder about.
Yeah. Well, and so do we. The fact that the national media can keep their eye on that too, well, welcome to the party.
Yeah,
but
thanks for coming.
when you're counting, where the Jaguars are counting on guys that who at times have, irresponsible. So. Adam, how about those Bravos? Can they maintain? Yeah, they will maintain. Adam, I believe the pitching is probably not title-winning quality, but the lineup is fantastic.
It's a world-class lineup
by the Braves standards. It's funny. I went unleashed a hot take, a month ago, and I said that I don't even think you were here. I think JJ was working. That I'm not sure, and I've been watching the Braves, all day, every day for 45 years. I'm not sure there's ever been a better Braves lineup. Now, I'm not saying it's the best Braves team, and it's not going to have the Hall of Famers, but I just mean at every spot in the lineup from 1 to 8, the difficulty of getting that guy out. I mean, when your worst hitter, when your 8 hitter is hitting 278 with 13 home runs, that's a tough lineup. And to that end, I'm watching the Braves game one day last week, and I hear Jeff Francoeur say, you know what, Chip? This may be the deepest Braves lineup in history. So...
Well, that's true. I mean, yeah, the best players aren't as good as the best players on those contending Braves teams.
Well, there's no Hall of Famer that you
Right.
see right now. Well,
Right now, there's
maybe Friedman.
Maybe, but they're right. There's no Chipper.
It's just a tough lineup. Like
But
I
it's
said,
a
when
really
you get
tough
to the
lineup.
8 hole and you got to get Ozzie
There's
out,
no
he's out,
breaks.
right?
There's no breaks as a pitcher.
And you know, Brian Snitker, the Braves manager, was a little bit stubborn, and he wanted to move Ronald Acuna to the cleanup spot, and he did that to start the season, and they just weren't getting anything going, and he moved Acuna to the top of the lineup, and since he did that, they're, you know, like 12 games over 500, and
Yeah.
the Braves lineup is really good. The bullpen is okay. It's pitched better lately. And I think the starting staff is good enough. They're a playoff team. I don't think they're a championship team unless they are the one that catches, you know, magic.
Yeah.
You got to have, if you're going to be the World Series winner, I'm sorry, and I know it doesn't exclusively play out this way, you got to have that one pitcher that you know is going to win.
Right.
You know, you play a World Series, he's going to win 2 games. You
Right.
play the playoffs, he's going to win game 1 and 4, you know, and Soroka might be that guy, but young and inexperienced, I don't know if we know that yet.
Yeah. And, you know, yeah, they've got the makings of a team that'll be very good in the next couple of years.
I think the Braves are going to be good for, I think this
Yeah.
is the beginning of a long run. They very prudently went ahead and locked up Acuna and Albies with deals, so they're going to have the financial flexibility to add where they need to, and I think that'll start at this year's trade deadline. I think they'll identify, you know, maybe some bullpen help. And
But I was going to say, if they get into
from
July and they're really feeling strong about their place in the NL East, which I don't see any reason why they wouldn't, you know, that's the move. If you think you got a real shot, then you need to get into that bullpen.
I really, to be honest with you, I don't think there is one move that needs to be made lineup wise. Bench wise, I mean they've got, but they can come off the bench from both sides of the plate. They have a lineup that has no holes. They're doing all this, by the way, without Ender Inciarte, who's been out for a month. He's kind of lost his job. The forgotten story, but that's still one more, you know, a weapon that you have. The Braves are set up well to make a trade if they want to, because they can pair Inciarte with Gausman and get somebody.
Yeah, and if
from
they
a
could get a
contender.
couple quality bullpen arms,
Yeah, for sure.
they could be a scary team.
Anyway, what you got going the rest of the day? Baby duty?
Baby duty,
Okay.
and the baby does make a lot of duty.
I was going to say baby duty. I meant that in
Baby
more ways
duty.
than one.
Yes, we'll be on baby duty, and we'll get ready for the NBA draft tomorrow night. Jeff's Hawks are picking 8th and 10th. Dan's Knicks pick 3rd. My Bulls pick 7th, so we're all right there in the mix in the lottery.
And then it's always the funny thing on the NBA the draft is, though, your team drafts and you go to bed on that night. You're all excited. You get up the next day and everyone's been traded.
Everybody's been traded
for the rights to this guy.
Well, it's like, I mean, you know, throughout
teams
the history,
literally draft 4 other teams
right.
in mind.
Because it's like, yeah, it's you always see like the deals aren't official, so there's a lot of there's a lot of guys getting photos taken and interviews and hats and talking about teams that they're never ever going to be part of.
It's like the king of all was.
Beat the brains plug.
Sure, beat the brains. It's back for season number 2. In fact, I was told that this past Saturday the first few episodes of season number 2 have begun. You can check that out on channel 17.
Yeah.
The CW. You can do that's Saturday night first run there. I think at like 7 and 7:30, and then channel 4 reruns them Sunday night. I think after their late sports, so like midnight, 11:30, something like that.
Don't miss it.
So it's very fast growing. I was a little disappointed. I watched episode 1 on Saturday, and the Braves lost. I thought you guys were supposed to be smart.
I must not have been on that show.
I think you were.
Love you, Googans. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.